Hello students, now we are going to start with the next topic in this reasoning section, that is analogies. Now in this analogy. Now in this analogy there are three different types of analogies. One is number analogy, letter analogy, and verbal analogies. Verbal analogies. Clear? There are three types of analogies in this one: number, letter, and the verbal analogies. Now coming to the weightage part of this one, in your banking examinations, in the recent past there was not even a single question asked on this analogy. Okay? The weightage is almost zero. Though not even a single question has been asked in the recent past. But why are we discussing this one? Because now in puzzles, input and output, and so on, and blood relations, and in some of the questions are based on this analogy based questions will be given. One question. And that is the very basic reason we are discussing about this analogy. Though it is not that much important, but the concept is used while giving the questions in puzzles and so on. Hence, in order to give a clear picture regarding this concept, we are discussing about this analogies. Okay? And at the same time, this analogy in particular will be very, very important for SSC examinations. For SSC, out of those 25 questions in general intelligence, you will definitely have 4 questions based on these analogies only. 4 means each question carries 2 marks in SSC, and the weightage of this analogy in the SSC examination will be around 8 marks. Okay? Hence, some of the students who are preparing for bank and are also preparing for SSC, and that is the reason we have included these analogies in our banking curriculum. Clear enough? Then, in SSC, Railway Recruitment Board, isn't it? Now in railways, and sub-inspectors, constables, and state level entrance examinations, group 1, group 2, group 3, and so on. These analogies plays a very, very vital role. Okay? And this is the reason why we have included this analogy in our banking curriculum as well. Okay? Now this is a brief description about this analogies. What is an analogy? The weightage part of this analogy in the banking exam, and what are the different types of analogies we have, and where these analogies will be given at the most, we have discussed about that one. Now coming to this one, the meaning of this word analogy. Analogy is nothing but similarity. What is analogy? Analogy is nothing but similarity. Similarity between what? Similarity between different pairs. 2 pairs will be given. Now let us go through the directions once. In each of the following questions, the first 2 numbers have a definite relationship. Now 256 and 324, these are the 2 numbers. These 2 numbers we call it as a pair. The first pair will have 2 elements. That means 2 numbers will be given, or 2 letters will be given in the letter analogies, or 2 words will be given in the case of verbal analogies. And relationship, choose one number out of the 5 alternatives which will fill in the blank space. Now in the second pair, 1 number will be given. Now we need to identify the next one. Okay? In number analogies or letter analogies or verbal analogies, now this is the format of the question. 1 pair will be given. In that pair we need to identify the relation. After identifying the relation, in the second pair, only 1 element will be given. Now by applying the logic that was followed in the first pair, now we need to identify the next one. Clear? Now this is about analogies. Analogy is nothing but similarity. Similarity between 2 different pairs. Similarity between what? Similarity between 2 different pairs. Then coming to this number analogy. Now in this number analogy, we have 3 numbers. Let us take for example, N1 is the first number. Now I am generalizing the concept. N2 is the second number. That means N1 and N2 are the two numbers that were given in the first pair. Then, now this first pair is differentiated by this symbol. Then, double colon. Next one, N3 followed by a blank. Okay. Now, in this one, question mark. In this question mark, now we need to find out N4. This N4 will be given one among the given 5 choices. In banking, we have 5 choices, but whereas in SSC, railway recruitment and so on in the remaining examinations, we have only 4 choices. Okay. Then, how to identify this N4? First, we need to identify the relation between these two, N1 and N2. The two numbers in the first pair. That means how we are getting the second number with the help of the first number. Clear? How we are getting the second number with the help of the first number. Will I have one relation or not? Now I am writing that relation as R. Maybe N1 plus R is N2. N1 into R is N2. N1 minus R is N2. Isn't it? Rn and N square. That could be the relation. This R is nothing but the relation. What is this R? R, we treat it as a relation. Then, whatever the relation you are applying on the first number to get the second number, the same relation should be applied on the third number to get the fourth number. If it is plus R, it must be plus R. If it is into R, it is into R. If it is minus 15, it must be minus 15. If it is into 6, here it must be into 6. Here squares were given, squares must be given. Clear? Whatever the relation we are applying on the first number to get the next number, the same relation should be applied on the third number to get the fourth number. This is what we mean by similarity. Similarity between different pairs. And at the same time, one more thing we need to identify. Remember in this one is, you are not supposed to work out like this, N1, N3, N2, N4. You should not work out like this. Why? Because if you work out like this, N1, N3 and N2, N4, that means within first pair and second pair, you cannot relate the numbers between the pairs. Okay? And if you work out like this, it comes under ratio proportion, but it does not come under analogy. And so please do not try to work out like this, N1, N3, N2, N4. N1, N3 and N2, N4 is strictly prohibited. You are not supposed to work out like. That means these two pairs, okay? Now these two pairs, what happened to these two? These two pairs were separated by this double colon. Okay? Hence, between the elements in the first pair and the second pair should not be related. Elements between the first pair and only the second pair must be related. The relation between this pair and the relation between this pair must be the same. Okay? Hope you have followed how to identify this one. Then, let us discuss a small example on this one. Two, 4, 3. Then what should be the next one? Clear? 2, 4, 3. Then tell me what should be the next number. Okay? Yes, write down your answers. Whatever the answer you feel is correct, please note that answer. 2, 4, 3 and the next. Now in this one, 2 and 4, if you observe here. 2 and 4, what is the relation we have? As I had discussed in that one. In the number series. In the number series, we had discussed about the priority. Those priorities should be applied here as well. Not only in the number series, whatever the priority we had discussed in the number series, the same priorities in the case of numbers, values good, holds good in the analogies and in the odd man out as well. Okay? That priority should be taken first. Then 2 and 4. Then tell me how will you get 4 with the help of 2? How will you get 4 with the help of 2? Yes, first let us start with the difference. As tell me, how will you get 4 with the help of 2 in the difference? 2 plus how much is 4? 2 plus 2 is 4. What is the relation we are applying? To the first number, you are adding 2 numbers to get the next number, second number. And similarly, to this number, we need to add plus 2. Here what is the relation we are applying? 2 is added to the first number. Similarly here also 2 must be added to the first number. Then what is your answer here? 5. Now some of you may get 9, some of you may get 6 as well, isn't it? Now you can question me, sir, we are getting different answers, whether it is correct or not. They are also correct. Okay, now I am coming to that point. Please do not get worried about that one. Now this is what the major difference between series and analogies. Now in series you will have only one logic and only one answer. But whereas in the case of analogies, we can have n number of patterns. Isn't it? N number of logics can exist here. Because only few numbers were given, we can relate those two numbers in n ways. Hence, in the case of analogies, we can have n number of possibilities and n number of answers are possible. And among the given choices, we need to pick out what is the correct one. Okay? Though you are getting 4 to 5 different answers. And among these 4 to 5, he has given based on a particular logic, you have to identify that logic and the correct answer. Okay? Then, now sir, 5 is one of the answers. 5 is one of the answers, but not the unique answer. That's what I would like to tell you. 5 is one of the answers, but not the unique answer. Then, now check out whether 5 is there in the choice or not. If there is 5, then you can opt for 5. And if 5 is not there, you are not supposed to. And if 5 is not there, and if none of these is there, you cannot directly opt for none of this. In the case of analogies, please do not go for none of this unless and otherwise you are 100% sure. And if at all, if you want to opt for a choice like none of these, then you need to be in a position to say that why choice 1 is not your answer, why choice 2 is not your answer, why 3 is not your answer, why 4 is not your answer, then only you should go for none of this. Unless and otherwise you have proven the first 4 choices cannot be the answer, you cannot directly opt for none of this. Okay, what do you mean by this none of this? None of this means there is no answer among the choices. Isn't it? In order to confirm this one, you have to prove 1, 2, 3, 4 are not the answers. Then, hence, now 5 is one of the answers. Now check out whether 5 is there or not. If there is 5, you will happily opt for 5. If 5 is not there, then what is the other way of getting answer other than 5? That means, what can you infer from this? This question is not based on the difference. That's what we can able to say. If 5 is there, it is based on difference concept. If 5 is not there, then it is not based on difference, hence it has based on something else. Then, between 2 and 4. Tell me what is the relation between 2 and 4? After this difference in the series, tell me what is the next priority we have opted for. Now 2 and 4. How can you relate these two? In the multiplication, 2 into 2 is 4. First number is multiplied with 2 to get the next number. Isn't it? That means the number is doubled. And similarly here 3. Now this 3 must be what? 3 must be multiplied with 2. 3 into 2. What is 3 into 2? 3 into 2 is 6. 3 into 2 is 6. Then, hence, now check out whether 6 is there in the choice or not. If there is 6, then you can directly opt for 6. Then the logic is based on multiplication. And if 6 is not there, that means it does not based on multiplication. Then you have to check out for another logic as well. Clear? Now 5, 6 and 9 were not there in the choices and 7 is there in the choice. And 7 is there in the choice. Then tell me, how can you prove 7 as your answer? 5, 6 and 9 were not there in the choices and 7 is there in the choice. Then tell me how can you prove that 7 as your answer? Okay, listen this very carefully. Please try it on your own. Just I will wait for some minutes. Okay, few seconds I will wait. Just try to prove how can you prove 7 as your answer. Okay. How can you prove 7 as the answer? Yes. Any answer, please? How can you prove 7 as the answer? Now, see here. Listen this very carefully. Now, some of you students may claim like this. 2 and 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. Then 3 plus 4 is 7. Can you opt like this? Can you work out like this? Tell me. Here in the first number you are adding 2. Then in the third number you are adding 4. Can we apply like that or not? Plus 2 plus 4 plus 6. You are not supposed to work out like that. If you are adding 2 here, here also you must add 2. If you are adding 4 here, here also you must add 4. Plus 2 plus 4 plus 6 addition, it will be based in the series, but as in the analogies, it should not be the case. You cannot work out like that. Okay? Hence, then tell me, how will you get 7 with the help of this one? You cannot work out like this plus 2 plus 4. You should have a common relation between the first pair and the second pair. Here plus 2 means here plus 4. 2 and 4 addition, they are not common. Okay? Now, sir, this is based on difference 5. 6 we got with the help of what? 6 we got with the help of multiplication and 7. Now in the number series, what are the priorities we dealt? First difference, next is product, next one is combination. Then the next one after combination. How will you get 4 with the help of 2 in the case of combination? Check out here. 2 and 4. 2 into 3 is how much? 2 into 3 is 6. And how will you get 4 with the help of 2? Minus 2. 3 into 2 into 3, 6 minus 2 is 4 into 3 minus 2. And similarly to this number, now this is into 3 minus 2. Check out whether are we applying the same logic or not. Into 3 minus 2, here also into 3 minus 2. Plus 2 plus 2. Into 2 into 2. Into 3 minus 2 into 3 minus 2. Isn't it? The pattern must always be the one and the same. Now 3 into 3, 9 minus 2 is how much? 7. Are you getting the answer or not? Here into 3 minus 2, here also into 3. And 7 is also one of the possible answers. Difference, product and combination. Then tell me, how can you prove 8 as your answer? As how can you prove 8 as the answer? As anyone please? 2, 4, 3 and 8. How can you prove 8 as your answer? Again, 2 and 4. Now 2 into 4 is 8. 8 minus 4 is 4. Into 4 minus 4. 2 into 2, 4. 3 into 2, 6. You cannot get 8 with the help of 3. Hence, combination. 2 into 4 minus 4. Then 3 and 8. How do you get this one? 3 into 4 minus 4. What is 3 into 4? 12. 12 minus 4, 8. Hence, 8 is also a possible answer. Isn't it? Are we applying the same logic or not? Into 4 minus 4 is also into 4 minus 4. As of now, how many different answers we got? 4 different answers. Then, what is the next one? 9. Tell me whether you can able to prove 9 as your answer or not. As 9. 2, 4. Then, how will you get 9? 2, 4, 3 and 9. Yes. Now this is 2. 4 can be written as 2, 2 square. The number and its square. And similarly here 3, 3 square. What is the next logic here? 3, 3 square. 3 square is how much? 9. Now the given analogies are the form n square. The given analogies are the form n square. 2, 2 square. As there is 3, 3 square. If there is 5, 5 square. If there is 11, then you have to take 11 square. Clear enough? Hence 9 is also one of the answers. And so on. You can prove n number of questions. Now 2, 4. Then let's go for one more logic here. 2, 4 and 3 and 27. Now how can you prove 27 as your answer? How can you prove 27 as your answer? Okay. Not 2 and 4 and 3 and 27. How can you prove 27 as your answer? Okay. Now, sir. 2, 4 can be written as 2 square. 3, no, 27 is 3 cube. Can we apply that logic? Here we are applying 2 square. Here we are taking 3 cube. Can you take like that? No. If you are taking square here, if you apply square logic, here also it must be square logic. And if you are applying cube logic here, here also you must apply cube logic. But you cannot take square here and cube here. But here it is not based on square and a cube. Now think twice here. Now 2 and 4. Now rather than taking square, talking as square, I am talking like this. 2, 2 power 2. And here 3, 3 power 3. Now this is of the form n, n power n. 2, 2 power 2, 3, 3 power 3. If there is 5, then your answer will be 5 power 5, 3125. If there is 4, 4 power 4, 256. If there is 6, then 6 power 6, isn't it? And it's 46656. And all these are what? All it is based on n power n. Are we applying the same logic or not? As there is 2, 2 is raised to its power. As there is 3, 3 is raised to its power. It is not based on square and a cube. Hence 27 is also a possible answer. Now if you observe here, in the entire process, are we changing any question here? Question is one and the same. Though we haven't changed any number in the question, but whereas for the same question, these are the possible answers. Still we can have a number of answers. Hence in the case of analogy, we must be very careful regarding selecting the answers. Why? Because maybe you got one answer. If that answer is not there in the choice, you cannot directly go for none of these. Okay? Then knowingly or unknowingly you can have some other answer with the help of some other logic. Hence, we must be very specific and cautious regarding these analogies. Okay, write down this one. Hope you have followed this concept of analogies. The logic between the pairs must always be the same. Whatever the logic you are applying in the first pair, the same logic must be applied in the second one as well. The logic must always be one and the same. Okay? Note down this.
This class is as part of Sridhar CC's online batch 2. To watch full video course, log on to www.sridharcc.com/online course. Subjects covered in this batch are useful for all competitive examination which a graduate can write in India. Reasoning, quantitative aptitude, general English, current affairs, computer awareness, and banking awareness. We are going to cover all these subjects in two different levels, basic level and advanced level. Basic level is useful for preliminary examination. Advanced level is useful for mains level. The batch includes 450 plus hours of classroom teaching and 150 plus hours for topic-wise test explanation. Medium of teaching, classes and explanation completely in English medium. PDF material will be provided in English medium. Topic-wise test for each and every subject, including each and every topic, will be conducted. And there are 3 packages available. The major 3 months, 6 months, and then 12 months packages are available. In 3-month structure, you'll get 450 hours plus classroom teaching, PDF copies, topic-wise test on all chapters, monthly model test and explanation, special live classes access for 3 months, 3 months current affairs including PDF, and student can watch all the above videos for n number of times. Apart from this, every Wednesday we will conduct preliminary examination. In 3 months period, you'll get 12 to 13 preliminary examinations followed by explanations. And every second Sunday and fourth Sunday, we will conduct mains examination. In 3 months, we can write 6 mains level exams. In 6 months course, you'll get 450 plus hours teaching, PDF copies, topic-wise test for all chapters, monthly model test and explanation, special live classes access for 6 months, and 6 months current affairs including PDF copies, and student can watch all the above for n number of times. In 6 months, you can write 24 to 26 preliminary examinations and 12 mains examinations. In 12 months course, special live classes access for 12 months will be there, 12 months current affairs will be there, and n number of times you can watch. Preliminary exams, 48 to 52 exams you can write, and there are 24 mains examination and each exam followed by explanation. 450 hours plus teaching, PDF copies. Along with PDF copies for 12 months course, we will send printed material to your home. If you have any queries, please contact us on 950443333 or mail us on online.sridharcc@gmail.com.